What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey, here to do a review of the new TOVI Mirage V3 Classic Hockey Stick. Now, as you can tell, this is the brand new evolution of the TOVI line. This is that mid-price point option, so great for those players that are looking to get into a TOVI, try out the new DimaondAire blade, but are maybe playing in that competitive level where they're really looking for some value. In terms of kick point, this has a low kick, so great for those snipers looking to get the puck off as quickly as possible. Now, as we hop into the specs for shaft dimensions, we have rounded corners, just slightly concave sidewalls. This gives you a really comfortable and secure hold in the hands, and it feels just very, very comfy. We have a really nice grippy texture all the way throughout. Again, making sure your hands are secure all game long. And in terms of construction and materials, we see a 18K carbon fiber utilizing a high performance blend of carbon fiber and fiberglass. So it does weigh right around 421 grams. Like I mentioned in the intro, this is going to be a better choice for those players looking for maybe a little more durability and maybe a little bit more weight behind their stick, as this does clock in right around 425 grams. Now, as we get into the lower construction where we do see these two pieces fused together, biggest update in a blade, biggest change, biggest innovation I've seen in the hockey blade in quite some time with what they call their DimaondAire technology. Now, as you can tell, it's fully perforated heel to toe. Visually, it draws you in immediately. But the thing I really liked about this was just that you could feel the difference in the impact right away. I mean, in terms of stick handling and shooting. There's a lot of key components and technologies that they use, but realistically, with a 100% carbon fiber design compared to a traditional foam-filled blade, it's a lot stiffer, so you're gonna get a much more direct feel for the puck when you're stick handling. That was the thing that I liked the very most out of this, probably one of my favorite sticks I've ever stick handled with. Because it's so stiff, as you're stick handling, there's no movement to the blade, so there's no twisting, and it just gave me this confidence that I haven't had in a stick in terms of stick handling before. Now, with that 100% carbon fiber structure, compared to those traditional foam-filled blades, it's not gonna break down or wear down over time. That's one of the biggest bummers when you talk about a high-end stick, is just it feels so good the first couple shots, and then over time, especially when you're stick handling, you're losing that feel, you're not getting the same amount of pop. Well, this is 100% carbon fiber construction, so that's simply just not gonna happen. So very, very cool there. And then what's also really unique too, kind of like what I alluded to in terms of the stiffness, is that you're gonna get just a direct transfer of energy from what you put into it into the puck. It gives you a bigger sweet spot. For me personally, it took a little bit longer to get used to, especially for some of the wrist shots. But once you do, you can really feel the puck zip off of your blade. Now, the other interesting thing, TOVI claims that this is up to 15% more aerodynamic, and while that's not something I personally felt, I've gotta say, this entire thing from shooting, from stick handling, you notice it, this isn't a gimmick, you're gonna feel a significant difference. So very cool to see there. Now, as we get into a little bit more of the lighter-hearted features of the DimaondAire blade, with the micro grip technology as well as the Diamond Coat liquid tape. That's the raised texture that we see all the way out through the forehand as well as the backhand. And it also has a sticky texture to it too. That's the liquid tape. So compared to more traditional blades that require up to 15 grams of tape weight, this has that raised texture, so you get the same amount of feel and control as a tape stick, but you don't have that extra weight. You have a much faster sliding surface on the bottom of the blade since there's not that cloth there. And then last but not least, it doesn't allow snow to build up over time because it is a hydrophobic coating. So very cool to see there, not just in terms of overall performance on the inside with that carbon fiber structure, but also on the outside too. Now, as we get into weight, in an 85 flex, this is just over 420 grams. It has a little bit more of a lower bottom heavy feel to it when you're holding it like this with just the top hand. Once you have the lower hand on there, it feels really, really great. Love the overall heavy exposure of the carbon fiber. feel like that's just so fitting for TOVI because it just has a 100% carbon fiber blade. But if you're looking for even more information, go ahead and hit the link in the description. Give us a thumbs up on the video. While you're there, make sure you're subscribed to the #1 hockey gear review channel on YouTube. See you next time.